Hey VC, what's going on? It's Monday and it is equinox, right? It's the beginning of fall, the 22nd. Right quick, a request has been made and I'll get to it. And if you've been watching me, is it Polite Prog Guy? You know that I'll do the request when I feel like it. Not to be a prick, just the way that my videos work is if I need to do. We all need to do what we're doing, and that's when we do it best, okay? So hang in there, and I'll do a Mahavishnu. I wanted to share right quick, though, that this weekend I spent some time with a musician who has relocated to Omaha and out of the music scene, and it's really interesting to get to know this guy. His name is Sam Heron, and I may actually ask him to be interviewed on my show. He's from Chicago, and his story is exactly what I've never wanted, which was he had a shot at the big time. He had a band called Grave Danger. I think they were out of Chicago. They had a shot at the big time. They were going to go on tour opening for Van Halen, and just all this crap that I know happened to him. But fascinating guy, and he has a million stories. I love stories, and I love telling my story. But I'll tell you what, Sam has a million stories. It's like, you could just run off the list of people that he has partied with and hung out with and done things with. From, The Grave Danger was never released, and I understand after kind of researching him that it is considered by some metalheads the best unreleased metal album out there. He also made a solo album that Steve Jones from the Sex Pistols played on. A very good friend of his, Michael, is the bass player for Alice in Chains. There's a picture of Sam with Barack Obama, and Sam has on a Dead Kennedys t-shirt. Great story about that. Love it. I guess what I'm saying is, as I meet people and go through daily life, my perspective continues to grow, and what I'm trying to do in my little accomplishments, they are completely dwarfed by what many people have done, and that's not the point for me. The point for me, it's what I've done and what's important to me. And I'd recognized early on in my life that music and the story of music is really important to me. So meeting people and having people share their stories with me and me being able to share my stories is important. If you see this, Sam, I'll be getting in touch with you again soon. He also is also a photographer. Does a lot of things. He's done a couple of shoots with me so far. We're going to do some more. But really interesting guy, smart guy. We're going to try to work together. But everyone from Barack Obama to Miles Davis to Black Sabbath to, I just went through the list and he could say everyone. Not everyone, but most everyone. He hasn't met the Beatles. I think he's been in the company of the Stones, and this is all real. I looked people up, so I found verification, even though it's obvious from talking to the man and being in his presence, he's telling the truth. Okay, I just wanted to share that. My channel, as much as it's VC, it's Dear Diary, and apparently that's fine because people keep watching me, This weekend, I DJ'd a wedding, and that was a paid gig, but it was also friends, so it was a fantastic time. As a result of getting paid, I allowed them to give myself a $20 limit that I could buy a record. That's how I reward myself, is buy a record. And sure enough, Almost Music had a few things I wanted, but they got in this used copy of Mothers of Invention, Pop History Volume 1. It's an Italian compilation out of Italy on Polydor, and so it's just like stuff mainly from Freak Out and Absolutely Free, which I have all that stuff already, but I am a collector of Zappa, and I've never seen this particular issue of Pop History, And then also, Almost Music gave it to me pretty much. You know, they gave this to me for 15 bucks, you know, and you can get twice that much for it online. So this is my latest score for my collection. Happy to have some more Frank Zappa. I will share that I got some VCLT from Jeff Brockman, I think is the name. He sent me the other Genesis Abacab that I'd been needing for my collection. So now I have them all, except for the Japanese. There's a Japanese variation on the Abacab cover, which I had forgotten about and was reminded of. There's two of them. There's the third one, and then the other one is down here. Where is it? Okay, well, anyway, I'm not going to stress about this, but all four of these, I got them all four. Yeah, there they are. Yeah, all four of these I have now. Thanks, Jeff. He also sent me some singles, you know, just some big hit singles, you know, That's All in Mama. Thank you. Been a busy weekend, like I said, DJing the wedding, working on a new piece of music that I'm going to be premiering Wednesday night. I'll be performing with the Color Tone Drone Orchestra doing Synesthesia here in Omaha, but I also opened with a solo set, so I've been composing this piece based on the sounds of a walking bridge here that Di Mainstone is a artist that I just met who's going to be doing a residency here next year, but she's here now doing exploratory work, research work, and we did some field recordings of the bridge. Consequently, I'm using some of those for a new piece that I've been working on. Okay, you want to see some records, right? What have I been playing? Last night I played Parallelograms by Linda Perhax. And Linda is someone who I'm not real familiar with, but we're friends on Facebook and we have chatted a little bit. And that was through Chris Oliver, Ollie Rules, Solar System. She's a fan of Solar System, you know, which intrigued me, so I kind of reached out to her, and sure enough, she reached back. This album has been reissued. Came out, I think, in the 70s. This is really magical, and when you hear it, parts of this are really ahead of the times. Incorporating free jazz and improvisation, fantastic. Slow Dive, In Your Eyes. This is a bootleg. There's only 100 copies on orange vinyl. I have number 25. These are like demos, and so the recording quality is poor, but the performances are intense. This is some of my favorite Slow Dive. Really glad that they're back. You know, their music deserves it. You know, they really are good. Good band. Played that last night. Last night I pulled this out and enjoyed it. I don't know a word of Icelandic, but I enjoyed listening to Sugar Cubes. Here Now, whatever this is in English. But it was enjoyable, you know. Dallas Smith, something that I got through John Coltrane 68. This is termed New Age music. That is not right. This is cosmic music. As Gorvo has, 31 has cited me as saying yes. Healthy music is what I call stuff like this. This is wonderful. It's almost prog, somewhere between prog and space music. You know, it's, you know, the treacly stuff is crap. This isn't treacly. This is beautiful. It's spacey. Stellar Voyage by Dallas Smith. I have this out, but I didn't play it. Deuce by the Sugar Cubes. NYL. This is a French band or a French project, 1977, I think. NYL. Nil. And it includes members of the bands Magma, Urban Sax, Emson, and some other musicians I don't know. This is wild, is the right way to put it. It rocks, and it's psychedelic, and it's just kind of almost over the top, manic. Fantastic. It's very collectible too. Gorvo had mentioned this album, so I pulled it. I hadn't played it for a while. Light of Dao by Aola. This is excellent. This is really verging on the borders of Ashra Temple in sound. This is fantastic. Forgotten how good this is. This is very good. Yesterday was Jonas Bjerre's birthday of Muse, so I pulled this. I just love this album. I Should Have Been a Shintai for You is one of the extra tracks on here. Love that song. It just kicks butt. Listen to some more Wire. Wire is just the shit. Human Egg. Here's that other Genesis. I knew. Well, you saw him. Yeah, you saw him. Human Egg, another French oddity from the 70s. It's kind of funky, but clunky. And when I first bought this, I didn't like it because of that fact. And now, it's kind of, you know, that's what's cool about it. They're trying things, you know. This is really good. Human Egg. And Amorphous Androgynous. I have this out. This was the Future Sound of London, another project of theirs. The Isness, kind of a hippy dippy trippy sort of concept album. I like Future Sound of London better, but this is a real journey. Interesting. Akron, Ohio sampler. From when Devo first busted out and put Ohio on the map, all these other cool bands we got to know about. So this has some great tracks on it. I'm showing it because it's on colored vinyl. Stiff. The Bizarros, Tim Huey, Jane Eyre, the Belvederes, Rachel Sweet. Some of the standouts on here. Chai Pig. I really enjoyed this. And this, listening to this came about from, again, Tintin El Nito. I hope I'm saying your name right. Tan. He was showing some Bizarros, so that made me pull this. Art of Noise. This is kind of clunky sounding and really dated sounding. That's what I'll say about that. Here's the actual other album that I was looking for. I thought I'd shown you all four, but I hadn't. This is the one that is added, as you can see, the different color scheme. Anyway, Jeff, thank you so much for completing that. And let me wrap this up. I won't make a 20-minute video. Some business. The Indiegogo is going well. I'm at 85%. But again, like I say, folks, if you plan to contribute at all, please contribute. Any money is needed. We all always need money. It's ongoing, right? So please. I'm hoping to get notice of the tracking on my test pressing by the end of this week, hopefully. That's when I know things are happening. You know, once I get the test pressing and I can listen and give the approval, then I know it's just a matter of time before I actually have the product and I can start shooting it out to you. So hopefully that's all going to happen, you know, before the end of October, that I'll have the records and I'll have them out to you. But I could use contributions always. So please, if you are interested in considering it, go to my Indiegogo page, check out the different levels of contributions you can make, and hit me up. I think I'll leave it right there. There's all kinds of things going on. I think the only thing I want to say about the world is that as I observe the news every day, shit is really falling apart. I mean, it's always been like this, but because it's a global thing, because of media and because of how we do government, everything is just this big melted mess. And it's a big mess, you know, and man, every time I listen to the news, it's surreal how weird the news is and how weird things are, and yet it's like everything's just fine. Does kind of perplex me, but as has been said by great minds, you know, when societies come together and create great things, they fall apart in I mean, they really fall apart. I mean, it really just it goes to hell in a handbasket, and it just really, and that's what's going on. So I just continue to try to enjoy life and you know, do the little things I'm trying to do in the wake of the sea of madness and everything just really just falling apart. You know, the infrastructure of how we live is just crumbling daily. Seems like it does almost seem like it's on purpose. It does. Strange.